Alright, so today we want to look at the algebra part of SAT. Remember that SAT has about 5 strands that we need to talk about. So the first part is algebra, and the part that we are looking at in the algebra is linear equation in one variable, linear equation in two variable, linear function, system of two linear equations in two variable, linear inequality in one or two variable. Although we are going to be looking at this aspect not in this video alone, there will be parts, and I want you to please pay maximum attention to my explanation. All right, I will also do well to explain what all of these topics entails. So now, when talking about the linear equation in one variable, linear equation in one variable refers to equation of this like of y equal to 2x plus 3, or it can be 5 equal to 6x plus 7, where you are going to be asked to find the value of x. But remember that this is SAT exam, so they're not going to be giving you something simple like this. Because for me to solve this now, since I have it as 6x plus 7 equal to 5, then I can have it as 6x equal to 5 minus 7. So 6x is minus 2, x is minus 2 over 6, then your x is minus 1 over 3. But SAT is not going to be giving you something like this. SAT is going to give you something more complex like this, but it is also going to be in a linear form. Right? Example, when you have 3 in bracket of x minus 1 equal to 4 in bracket of x minus 8 minus 3. Something like this can come out in SAT, although this is still still simple. But this is what we are talking about when we are saying linear equation in one variable. Now, talking about the linear equation in two variable is when you have, for example, 2x plus 2y equal to 0, or 2x plus 2y equal to 10, and then they can tell you that, okay, they can say k and k plus 1 satisfy the equation. K and k plus 1 satisfy the equation, find the value of k. So that is what we mean by what linear equation in two variable. So linear equation in one variable implies that you only be given one variable in that equation. It can be in terms of y, it can be in terms of x, or in terms of any variable that they want. But when it comes to linear equation in two variables, it will come in two variables directly. And also we have linear function. Linear function is just the comprises of what linear equation 1 and linear equation 2. Okay, system of two linear equation in two variables, that is a simultaneous equation. You should know that that is simultaneous equation, where you are going to be having something like 2x plus y equal to 6 and 7x plus 3 equal to 3y equal to 4. So this is what we call simultaneous equation, where you can solve with elimination method, you can solve with substitution method, you can solve with graphical method, or you can solve with Cramer's rule. But for SAT, it is advisable that you know at least these three, so that it will help you in dealing with questions like this under SAT. And then the last one is linear inequality in one or two variable. Yes, they can give you linear inequality as well. That is under algebra. So you have something like 2x plus 7 greater than, or let me say less than or equal to 5. They will give you something like this. Or you have 2x plus 8 greater than or equal to 5 minus 3x. Now remember that I said this is algebra part, so these are still simple. I'm going to do well to bring in a question now to show you the kind of thing that you should expect in SAT algebra aspect. Now let's look at something like this. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that you should expect when you are dealing with SAT. Now I'm going to be solving just few of these. I will solve this, and some other questions. before we now move to the proper paper one, that is the first past question on linear equation. We're going to do well to solve some things under that, and I want you to please pay attention to this one as well. Now look at the first question. The first question is 4 in bracket of 3x minus 2 minus 5 equal to 2 in bracket of 2x plus 7 plus x plus x. Now for me to solve this, the first thing I'm going to do is to make sure, right, I need to make sure that I'm able to open the bracket. That is the first thing I'm going to do. I will make sure that I open the bracket. So this is going to be 12x minus 8 minus 5. Can you see that? Equal to 4x plus 14 plus x. So in that case now, I have 12x. Now minus 8 minus 5 minus 8 minus 5 is going to give you minus 13 equal to 4x plus x plus 14. Now 12x minus 13 equal to 5x plus 14. Now remember that we want to collect like term here. So 12x, this is having its own plus. So if it cross to the other side, to turn to what? Minus 5x equal to 14 plus a 13. Remember that this is minus 13. So if it cross as well to this side, it will be what? Plus 13. So that will be 12 minus 5, that is 7x, equal to, if you look at this, you have a 27. So you divide both sides by 7 by 7. Your x is, that will give you 3.857, or you can just leave it as 27 over 7. It's as simple as that. That is how you can do well to solve this particular question. Now let's move to the second one. For the second one, you have 2x minus 3 over 4 plus x plus 5 over 6 equal to 5x minus 1 over 12. Now for me to solve this, the best thing I always tell students to do is find the LCM of this first part. Okay, find the LCM of this first part. So let's look at the LCM. The LCM is going to be 24. If you look at that, it's going to be 24. Or if you don't want to use 24, you can do well to use 12. Yes, let's use 12, because 4 can go in 12, 6 can also go in 12. So how many 4 can you see in 12? That will be a 3. So in bracket of 2x minus 3 plus, how many 6 can you see in 12? That will be a 2. Then in bracket of this, equal to 5x minus 1 over 12. So 3 times 2, that is 6x minus 9 plus 2x plus a 10 over 12 equal to 5x minus 1 over 12. So what is the next thing? 6x plus 2x, that will be 8x. Then minus 9 plus 10, that is what? Plus 1 over 12 equal to 5x minus 1 over 12. So what is the next thing for you to do? You can cross multiply here. It is very important that you need to know that when you have two fractions like that with equality at the center, you do well to cross multiply, and that will be 12 in bracket of 8x plus 1 equal to 12 in bracket of 5x minus 1. Now since 12 is same thing here, I can divide both sides by 12, and then that will be 8x plus 1 equal to 5x minus 1. The reason why I can do this is because it is 12 12, so I don't need to stress myself trying to open the bracket again. But let's say it is another number like a 7, I won't divide it like that, I will open the bracket instead. So let's continue. That will be 8x minus 5x equal to minus 1. Now if this one should move to the other side, turn to what? Minus 1 as well. So 8x minus 5x is 3x equal to minus 2. Then x is minus 2 over 3. So your x is minus 2 over 3, like that. So that is how you do well to solve that particular question as well. Now they said that is number 2 now. Linear equation in 2 variable. We are talking about the linear equation in 1 variable. So let's talk about the linear equation in 2 variable as well. So now let's look at linear equation in 2 variables. So I'm going to be screenshotting this, and then I'm going to paste it down so that we can have much space to solve. Where is it? Yeah, okay, so let's look at it from here now. Now they said if the points 2k comma k minus 1 satisfy the equation, find the value of k. So this is 3x minus 2y equal to 10. So 2k comma k minus 1. You should know that this one is for x and this one is for y. That is a coordinate. Okay, so that will be 3 in bracket of 2k minus 2 in bracket of k minus 1 equal to 10. So that will be 6k minus 2k plus 2 equal to 10. So 6k minus 2k, that is 4k plus 2 equal to 10. So 4k equal to 10 minus a 2. Then your 4k is what? Is 8. So if you then divide both sides by 4, your k is going to be what? 2. Alright, so let's solve number 4. And after this, we are going to be moving to the SAT first paper that I want us to do together. Now, they said a line passed through the point this and this. If the slope is -1, now I'm going to let us change the slope to 1. Now remember that your slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you are given a comma 4 and 6 comma a. So this is your x1, your y1, your x2, and your y2. So in that case, remember that your m is 1. I said we're going to change it to 1, not -1 as the question gave us. So your y2 is a minus your y1 is 4 over your x2 is 6, and then your x1 is a. So over 1 here, if you cross multiply, you're going to have 6 minus a equal to a minus 4. So what is the next thing that you need to do? It is pretty much simple from here, because it has resulted back to your what? Your linear equation of one variable. So this is going to be 6 plus 4 equal to a plus a, because if this one should move to this side, then you have 10 equal to 2a over 2 over 2. Your a is equal to what? 5. And that is how you can do well to solve that. Now I want us to look at some questions that deals with SAT properly. So that is what we are going to be dealing with. Let me put on the question so that we can start. They are pretty much easy, but I want us to look at it thoroughly. So this is mode 1, 27 questions here. But because I don't want this video to be very long, I'm not so sure if you're going to be doing all the 27 or not. Now let's start with the first question. They said a group of students voted on 5 after school activities. The bar graph shows the numbers of students who voted for each activity. How many students choose activity 3? This is what we are looking at. How many students choose activity 3? Now, for us to know the numbers of students that choose activity 3, look at activity 3. This is 40, right? This is where 40 is. So meaning that activity 3 does not reach 40 at all. So I can do well to eliminate this and this, because activity 3 does not even reach 40, and this is 48 and 50. So now if you look at 25, this is where 25 is, meaning that what? Activity 3 supersedes 25. So I need to rule this one out. If you look at 39, activity 3 is closer to what? 40, which means that what? It can't be 39. So your answer is what? 39. So which means that activity 3 is very close to what? To 40. So it can be what? It can be 39. That is how to do that particular question. Number 2. They said, what percentage of 300 is 75? So what we are trying to tell you here is that we want you to find what percentage of 75 is in 300. So that would be 75 out of 300. So you have 75 over 300 multiplied by what? 100. This we cancel this we cancel this, right? So we are left with 75 divided by 3, which will give you what? 25 percent, which make A the correct answer. Now let's look at the second one. They said, what is a solution to the given equation? This is SAT question, so there are things that we need to do and we need to study. So x squared over 25 equal to 36. So I told you earlier that once you have equations that has equality at the center and it is fraction, you cross multiply. So this is going to be x squared equal to 25 times 36. So if I square root both sides now, that will be x equal to square root of 25 times 36. Now, if I don't want to be wasting my time using calculator to solve this, I can just say x is square root of 25 times square root of what? 36. This is only allowed when it is multiplication. If it is addition, it is not allowed, right? So your x is going to be 5 multiplied by 6, which will be what? 30. And that is the final answer to that, which is B in this case. Now, number 4. Look at this question. They said 3 more than 8 times a number x is equal to 83. Which equation represents this situation? You see, this is a word problem, and there are some important things that you need to understand when it comes to word problem. For example, in this case, they said more than. More than here is talking about addition, which is plus. Don't think it is greater than or it is less than. No. More than here is talking about what? Addition. So 3 more than, that is 3 plus something. But I want us to take the question in a very unique way. Now, 3 more than 8 times a number x. First of all, let's be able to like write the simple term for this. 8 times a number s. So that will be 8x. That is what it means. So 3 more than 8x, that will be 3 plus 8x is equal to what? 83. So if I want to rewrite this now, I will have 8x plus 3 equal to what? 83. We are not asked to solve it. So the answer is going to be what? D. Now, let's move on to the next one. They said, number 5, Anna deposited a fixed amount in a bank account each month. The function f of t is equal to 100 plus 25t gives the amount in dollars. In Anna's bank account after t monthly deposit, what is the best interpretation of 25 in this context? Now, the f of t that you have is 100 plus 25t. Now, before we look at the options there, I want us to look at this in a simple way. If t is 1, that is 1 month, that means you're going to have 100 plus 25 in bracket of 1, which is what? 125. Okay? Now, if it is 2, it's going to be 150. Now, let's look at the option. With each monthly deposit, the amount in Anna's bank increased by what? 25%. Or $25 rather. That is option A. For B, before Anna made any monthly payment or monthly deposit, the amount in her bank account was 25. C, after 1 monthly deposit, the amount in Anna's bank account was $25. D, Anna made a total of 25 monthly deposits. Now, the reason why I said I want us to do F1 and F2 is that will be 100 plus 25 in bracket of 2. And that will be 100 plus 50, which is what? 150. Now, if you look at it, first month is this, second month is this. So, what does that mean? It means that the difference between the first month and the second month is what? 25, which means with each monthly deposit, the amount in Anna's bank account increased by what? By 25. It's as simple as that. That is number 5. Now, number 6. A customer spends $27 to purchase oranges at $3 per pound, right? How many pounds of oranges did the customer purchase? Okay, this is very much simple, right? So this is 27 in total over $3 per one, so that's going to be what? 9. So 9 pounds in short. Very easy. 9 pounds in short. Now let's go to number 7. I said NASA bought 9 storage bins that were each the same price. So 9 storage bins, same price for the 9 of them. He used a coupon for $63 off the entire purchase. So we don't know the amount, but we know that this particular guy in question here used a coupon of what? $63 off. Now then I said the cost of the entire purchase after using the coupon of $63 was 27. So after removing the $63 from the total amount, it remained what? 27. What's the original price? So remember that the original price, let's say, let original price equal to x. We don't know the original price, so let it be equal to x. So that will be x. The coupon that he used is 63. So let's remove 63 from it. Then you are left with what? 27, because they said the cost of the entire purchase after. So after we remove 63 is what? 27. Then you have your x is what? 27 plus 63. So your x is going to be if you do that, that is 27 plus 63, and that will give you what? 90. So that is $90 in total at first. Now let's look at number 8. They said for the linear function f, the table shows 3 values of x and their corresponding value of f of x. Which equation define f of x? Now this is very much easy to do, right? And I want you to please pay attention to this. Actually, we can do it in 2 ways, but I'm just going to give you the simplest way to do it. Now look at this. When x is 0, y is, because f of x is the same thing as saying y. So when x is 0, y is what? 29. So out of this equation, which one are you going to insert? X equal to 0 and you're going to get 29. If you check very well, it is either this one or this one. It can never be this, it can never be this. So your answer is now limited to what? A and B. Now let's look at it. If I insert 0 into the 2 equation, I'm going to get 29. So this one is okay. Now if I insert 1, what will happen? 3 in bracket of 1 plus 29 and 35 in bracket of 1 plus 29. If you look at it, this will be 3 plus 29. This will be 35 plus 29. And this is going to be what? 32. So it is 132. So definitely we don't need this one, and this is our right answer. It's as simple as that. Now they said write triangle PQR and STU are similar where P corresponds to S. If the measure of angle Q, this place, is 18, what is the measure of angle S? We are looking at this place. Remember that what? They are corresponding to each other. That means they are similar. So let's find the value of this place. So whatever that is here will also be the what? The angle here. So it's going to be 18 plus P plus 90 equal to what? 180, because this one here is 90. So your P is 180 minus a 90 minus 18. So therefore P is going to be 180 minus 90 minus 18, and that will be what? 72. So the measure of angle S is going to be what? 72. It's as simple as that. Now let's look at number 10. They said the scatter plot shows the relationship between two variables x and y. Which of the following is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown? Now this one too is very easy. All you have to do is, first, if you look at this, if I want to draw the best line of it, my best line of it is going to go this way. So if my best line of it is going this way, it means that what? The x, this x like this, is going to be a negative. You must know that one. Yes, you must know it. So definitely it can be A, and it can't be C. So your answer is between B or D. Now, how do you know your answer? Right? Now let's check the same thing that we did the other time. If x is 0, let's try that. If x is 0, in this case for B you have 0.9 minus 9.4x. If x is 0, we're going to have 0.9. Now if you look at this one, x is 0. It's supposed to have a point around this place, but because there is no point around this place at all, it means that what? This one can never be the answer. Yeah, then we are left with this, which is our what? Our correct answer. It's as simple as that. So using intercept help you in this kind of question. All right, so now let's continue with number 11. Let's continue with number 11. Now this number 11 is also very easy. It said 2.5b plus 5r is equal to 80. The given equation describes the relationship between the numbers of birds B and the numbers of reptiles R that can be cared for at a pet care business on a given day. If the business care for 16 reptiles on a given day, right, how many birds can it care for on this day? Remember, this is what? Linear equation of two variables. So the R here is 16, so that will be 2.5b plus 5 in bracket of 16, which is what? 80. So 2.5b plus 80 is equal to 80. 2.5b is equal to 80 minus 80, that is 2.5b is equal to 0. Then your b is what? 0. So that means A is your what? Your answer. Now they said number 12, what is the equation of the graph shown above? Right now you will see the reason why I said this one, it must be negative at that part. You will see it now. First, let's pick a good point that is very easy. I'll pick this point and I'll pick this point. So the point is minus 8 comma 0 and 0 comma minus 8. So let me find the gradient. Remember that m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So your m, what is y2? Your y2 is minus 8, your y1 is 0, your x2 is 0, while your x1 is minus 8. So in that case you have minus 8 over 8, and that will give you what? Minus 1. Right? So if that is minus 1, then you can use y minus y1 equal to m in bracket of x minus x1. So y minus your y1, you can use this point, is 0, m is minus 1, x minus your x1 is minus 8, y equal to minus x. Now let me break it down for you here. Minus 1 is x plus 8, so y is equal to minus 1 x plus 8 as well. So you have y is minus x minus 8. Can you see the reason why I said the x will surely be negative? So while the C is your answer. So number 13, they said if x over 8 is 5, what is 8 over x? Now that is very easy, right? X over 8 equal to 5. Then that is x equal to 5 times 8. You don't need to multiply it together. So divide both sides by x. You will have 1 is equal to 5 times 8 over x. Now divide this one too by 5. So your 8 over x is going to be what? 1 over 5. It's as simple as that. Alright, we are going to continue to solve this question in part 2.